Okay, so welcome to Frank's Fiddle. Feel a little bit silly at the minute because I know I'm just talking to myself. The only person who's going to see this for however long is going to be me. So I do feel a bit weird. But what's it about? Well, my name's Michael Reeve, and this is Frank's Fiddle. This is Frank's Fiddle bow. And Frank, who I'll put a picture of, was my father-in-law. He died last year, and coincidentally he died on his birthday in October 2019. And 2 or 3 years ago he decided that he wanted to learn. He was going to learn the violin. He was going to learn to play the violin, so he bought a violin. And I only heard him try to play once, and he got nowhere near it. And I think I figured out one of the reasons, which I'll come on to maybe in another video, maybe in the next video. But anyway, he got arthritis, and he'd also got spondylitis, so position for holding the violin wasn't great. He got big meaty fingers, and he never really got to it. So in the end he gave up, and he sold or gave away the violin. And he was unwell. He was quite unwell for a long time, so obviously other things became more important. But then he got a bee in his bonnet that he'd never learned to play a tune on the violin, so he decided he was going to do it again, and he bought another one. I think actually maybe my sister-in-law and her husband bought it for him. I don't really know, and they bought him this, and this is an E-Star beginner's violin. It comes in a case. It comes in a kit. I'll show you the case. That's what it comes in. So sadly, as I said, he died in October last year, and for some bizarre reason I decided I would have his violin. And I think partly it was because I just didn't want it to get thrown away. He never learned to play it, and I felt sad about that because he really wanted to do that. So I said, I'll have the violin and I will learn to play a song on it for Frank. And so I got the violin. Now, I'd never touched a violin in my life, not at school, any time. The first time I touched a violin was in December when we went back over for his memorial service, his celebration of his life. And I was given the violin in the case. The first time I ever touched one was in a hotel room in Chilwell. I opened it up and took out the violin. Bo was there, and I knew nothing about it. I've not done any research. I know nothing about violins except what they look like and what they sound like. But I undertook, okay, well, I will do something with this. And so we brought it back to Portugal, because I live in Portugal. We brought it back to Portugal with us, and that was just before Christmas. And I found an English-speaking violin teacher at my third attempt, who's actually not far from us down the road. And I decided, I speak Portuguese, but there are some things that you never talk in Portuguese about, so I don't know any of the words or phrases. And I thought, well, it's difficult enough to learn to play the violin. Everybody says it's the most difficult instrument ever to learn. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but that's what I'm told by people who can play it as well. And I thought, well, I don't want to have to learn the Portuguese terms and phrases for everything as well. So I found a guy on a website here that has music teachers, and I booked a lesson with him. And he's one of these buy one get one free type thing. So I booked the first lesson with a Russian guy. His name's Vadim, and as I say, he lives not far from me. So I went and did my first free lesson. And I'll come on to that again and all about that in another video, but it's just telling the story here. And then I was ill over Christmas, so I booked the thing and I didn't get to go to the lesson. So all over Christmas it just a bad flu, and I had hacking cough. So So then between New Year, between Christmas and New Year, I felt a bit better, and I contacted him again, and he said, "Yeah, I can do a lesson." So I went over with Linda, and we went to Albufeira and met this guy in his place, and took the violin, as it was then. Still a violin, and went and had an hour with him, 50 minutes, with this guy in his apartment in Albufeira. And I was never going to just do the one, because I thought it was unfair to just have one free lesson and never see him again. So I booked with him for the next week, and then I did a lesson a week all through January. But in the meantime, I was looking, obviously, the internet. Everybody can find anything they want. And my wife, for Christmas, bless her, bought me Violin for Dummies. Thanks for that. But actually, it's by a lady called Catherine Rappaport, and it's a really good book. And I don't know why I sound surprised at that, but it's really good. And I've been working my way through it, and it takes you through everything. And she's got a really good sense of humour. So if you're learning the violin, that's a good book to start with. And then I was looking at the violin, and Vadim was coming round, and he's an extremely talented violinist. Clearly been playing since before he was born. And he's very fluid and very relaxed, and really, really good at what he does. But I was looking on the internet, as I say, and looking at violin playing, and then I saw the reason. I would always, what's the difference between a violin and a fiddle then? And I actually, this is how little I know about these. I thought they were actually different instruments. And I know if anybody who sees this, everybody's wise after the event, but I thought there was something different in the instruments. There isn't. It's the same instrument, and what's different is how you play it. And there are different kinds of fiddling, as well as it's not just fiddling. There's different types of fiddling. So I was looking at that, and I was looking through the internet, and I found this guy, and I'll put a link to his website somewhere in this YouTube page. I found this guy called Jason. There's a site called Fiddlehead, and instantly thought, yeah, this is the kind of thing I want to do. This is the kind of music I want to be learning to play. And it was fun, and again starts from the basics. So I followed some of his things on YouTube, and then found his website, and I signed up for his newsletters. And then I got a confusion. Then, do I want to carry on with Vadim, or do I want to just can that and start doing this fiddle stuff? And I completely get the need for knowing the basics. I used to coach tennis. I've also coached American football. I've done teaching in various guises in the Sea Cadets and things like that, and I understand the importance of the basics. So I'm not trying to think I'm too good for that. I get it. I completely understand the basics. But I'm 61. I turned 61 in January, and I don't want to be a violinist. I'm not trying to be a concert violinist. I just want to have some fun and learn a tune on this violin, or the fiddle, as I now have decided it is, which hence the name of the YouTube channel, Frank's Fiddle. So that's basically it. And for the last month, I've done these lessons with Vadim once a week, which I have put a stop to. I was supposed to have a lesson tonight, but I'm doing this video instead. And I've told him I'll contact him again in a few weeks' time when I've had a look at see what things that I'm really struggling to do, and he can help me with getting past some hurdles or whatever. He's got a concert in March, and I'm going to go and watch him in this orchestral concert in March, which I'm quite keen to do. So I've decided it's fiddling, and this is my second video. I'm going to leave that first one up there. This is my second video trying to explain what this is all about, and I don't know that anybody besides me is ever going to see this, so this could just be me keeping a record of what I've done, and I already know this, so this is boring for me. But that's where we are. So I've got this, and what am I going to do with it? Well, the idea for me at the moment, sorry I'm scratching, but I think I'm nervous while I'm doing this, he said to himself. The idea that I had originally was to learn a tune before the anniversary of Frank's death, which, as I say, was on his birthday, which is the end of October. So I've got to learn a tune, a decent tune, and play it properly before the end of before the year's out, and then on the anniversary of his death, play a tune on his fiddle. That was sort of the loose idea, and that's still really the basic idea. And our son Anthony's birthday is also in January. I'm early January, he's late January, and so when he still lives in the UK. So when we Skyped, I'd learned a couple of days before a very scratchy version, and I'm not going to play the fiddle in this video. So I learned a very scratchy version of the Happy Birthday tune. I'd seen it played through once, and I thought, oh, I'll do that. Unfortunately, it's a fairly simple tune to play. So my first public performance was Anthony and his girlfriend, with my wife there, doing a happy birthday for him, and I had to do it 4 times, and I wasn't happy with any of them, but it got there, and it was what it was. But then it was my sister's birthday 3 days later, and I'd not sent her a card. I'd just not got it into the post, and I thought, well, I've missed her birthday, and I thought, I'll leave her a message, I'll leave her a recording. So I recorded one and posted it on her Facebook page, and she loved it. And in fact, my younger sister Ruth, Helen's birthday was in January. Ruth put on there, loved this, but were there lots of cats outside your window? And absolute truth, my window's here, and when I looked out the window, there was a black cat sat on the wall, just the one, looking up at the window. So, and I don't know what cats' expressions are, but it certainly wasn't amused. I think thought I was killing one of its friends. So there was actually a cat. Had been a cat looking at her. So then I thought, well, I've got my family's holidays are all spread. Birthdays are all spread throughout the year. I've got 2 in March, not in February. I've got 2 in March, and I've got my brother in April, and my dad and my youngest sister in March, my brother in April, my mum in July, and then Linda in October, and Frank again at the end of October. So I thought that would be quite a nice thing to do, would be to do a recording for all of them, for each of them. And that will be then like a little progression to see how my happy birthday is getting on. See if I can play it fiddle style, because I'm just playing it squawk style at the moment. See if I can play it fiddle style towards the end, and then on the last one that I do, which is going to be on Frank's birthday, to see how good it is and see what the difference is between the one I did for Helen and the one I'm going to do for Frank, and see what the progress is. And I might do the same for Linda's sisters and brother as well, and leave them one, but it depends how close everybody is together. And I don't know, shame on me, I don't know when their birthdays are. That's why I have a wife, she tells me when their birthdays are. So I might do them for them as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those copies of those videos, and I'm going to start with the one that I did for Helen on this website, and on this YouTube channel, and then that will be a record as well of what I'm doing. So that's the plan. I'll end this here. I'll try not to scratch my arm so much on future videos, and I will play, and I'm not going to play on this one at all. This is just an introduction, and this one also is for me to see whether all this, I've got a little dark corner here, and I've got lights all around it, make it like a little studio, and I'm going to get a better webcam as well. So, but all that's to come. This is just to set the ball rolling and see how I'll upload this to the channel, and then I will put some other things on there, and then eventually, in the not too distant future, I'll play some music on here and keep that as a record, for good or bad. I'm in on a few Facebook pages now that are about fiddling, and I've been plucking up the courage to put something on there, but even the people who are really bad, really what they consider to be bad, are way ahead of me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to. So I'm going to hang fire before I start announcing myself to the fiddle playing world. But on here I feel safe, because any person who's going to see this is me. So I'll document more of this as I go through, and I still haven't decided what song I'm going to play, or what tune I'm going to play on Frank's birthday. So I've got plenty of time, but I want to think of whatever it is going to be. Scratching here. I'm going to think of whatever it's going to be quite soon, because I want to learn it properly. So and it will be probably fiddle style. I did think of Green Sleeves to start with because it's an English song and he's an Englishman, so I did think of it being Green Sleeves, but I'm of the opinion that Green Sleeves might be, hopefully by the time I get there, it might be a bit simple, but whatever it is played well, then that will do. So I haven't got an idea what the song's going to be, what the tune's going to be at the minute, but I've got plenty of time to figure that out. So that being said, this is the introduction. As I say, my name's Mike. This is Frank's Fiddle, and let's see where this goes. And I hope there'll be more than just these couple of little videos up there. Well, there certainly will be another one because I'm going to put, as I say, I'm going to put the one that I did for Helen for the happy birthday. Sadly, there wasn't a record. No, maybe not sadly, but there wasn't a recording of the one I did for Anthony. So the first one will be my second attempt at happy birthday, and I'm now going to stop this and see what this looks like. Slightly embarrassing, I think. Welcome to Frank's Fiddle, and I hope there will be things on it, some laughs and some nonsense, and we'll see. This is I was going to do 15 minutes. This is now 16. That's long enough. Here we go.